It's the morning show with Bruce and Shannon.
That's Shannon and Bruce, remember?
My bad. Some cool topics.
And things you maybe didn't know yesterday.
So let's have some fun, and you might just learn something new.
So here they are.
Bruce
Shannon
and Shannon.
Bruce.
Oh boy.
See, I'm here. I'm here this morning.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
No.
Why can't you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, there you are. And hear the roosters in the background and everything. Everything's just going just
Did you turn me
fine.
up in my? You turn yourself up in my ears or up on the?
I
thing?
just turned. I had the headphone volume down over here, so
okay, there you go.
so you'd be good. Good morning, everybody.
I just didn't want.
And
popping.
let's turn that down there. There we go. Shared it over to my page, and hope you guys are having a good morning. And we're sporting our some garb this morning. Shannon, who are you
I've
going
got
to?
Cynthia Roush.
Cynthia Roush.
Not only do I have her shirt, I have her bracelet on too. So.
Oh, I'll have to tag Cynthia on this one here,
Yeah.
so she knows. And I've got from the rock station. I've got the Godfather, and my custom T-shirt actually that I designed myself here. The Godfather and the Godson.
Is that the one that was in the bag on the?
No, I don't know.
You have a shirt out there.
That's probably a work shirt, and those
No,
are
it's-
available.
Oh, it's Texas 40.
Texas 40
I think it's a
40
Texas.
radio.
Yeah, I don't know.
work shirt.
Yeah, so.
So the Godfather and the Godson. Schlepp is keeping the Godfather legacy alive. So there we are.
You're
So I'm going to let me.
feeling your shirt.
And then I've got.
Precious.
Speaking of our TMI moment for this morning is well, you remember yesterday we were chatting outside and I sat down. I'm going like, oh my god, I feel like I got a splinter on my butt,
Mm-hmm.
and I've like. I kind of
Did you have a splinter on your butt?
Looking at my pants, going like, I don't feel anything there, and then I came in here yesterday and I did something. And I sat down, and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on here? And I looked, there's nothing. I didn't find anything. It's going like, okay, so then I didn't have any issues for the rest of the day until I was getting ready this morning, and I sat down in the bathroom, sat on that cold little lid. It's like, ow, my
Oh, that was loud.
sorry, oh my god. And
So you had a splinter in your
and
butt?
lo and behold, there was a splinter in my butt.
Were you able to get the splinter out of your butt?
Did
you ask Alex to come in with a tweezer
No.
and yank it out?
I got a stool and I sat and I got by the mirror.
Stool?
And it wasn't the most
Not that
pleasant
kind of
time.
stool? Sorry.
No, that's very good, Shannon. Now I got a pair of tweezers and my magnifying glass.
Did you really? Did
No.
you really?
No.
How'd you get it out of your butt?
I scratched it out. It was on the side. It was on the cheek side.
You're so weird.
So
You could have just asked your wife. Your wife would have looked at your butt, taken the splinter out of your butt. Yeah, okay, so how many women would actually take the splinter out of their husband's derriere? I would do it.
yeah,
I don't know how happy I'd be about it.
I don't
but
know.
I would do it.
But I think you would have said, "Honey, have you ever thought about using bleach?"
No,
they have,
I mean,
there's
you
an
know,
app for that.
Would you
Not
take
really.
a splinter out of my butt if I asked you to?
If you were in dire pain,
Only if I was in dire pain.
Because-
you would make me go to the doctor and have the doctor
No.
take the splinter out.
no, because you.
But
would,
I mean, seriously, if I had a splinter in my butt,
I would.
you would take it out.
I would. If
Would you be happy about it?
You know what? You know what I would do? I would do like they
What?
do on all these ER shows.
You put a big sheet of
I had
plastic
that sheet
and
of
just
plastic
make a
with
little hole.
right there. Like
We said it at the same
We
time
did. so there you are.
with
Oh.
iodine and
Oh, the monkey's blood. Yeah.
And
and a spelunker. Lamp.
headlamp, some glasses.
All right, come on.
masks.
All right, we got to try to find some.
Honey, it's just a splinter. Take it out.
We got to get some.
Well, hang
see,
on.
See, the butt's already. Look at the viewer wise. It's already offended some people.
Who cares?
Well, I got to. Yeah, who cares? I got to talk.
cares?
I got to talk about, since we're on that subject for a second there. I got to talk about a friend of mine. It's doctors are so hard to see sometimes nowadays that you don't actually get to see the doctor.
doctor,
that
right.
You get to
We
see
were talking about that.
That you get to see the practitioner or whatever it is. So he said that he finally got to see his doctor on Monday. Okay, and he was able to show him a rash that he had on his butt. we're just talking about butts. So he's got a rash on his butt, and he said, sadly though, the doctor just ignored him, and kept pushing his cart through Costco, and I forgot my effects over here. Hold on, I got to make it worth my while. I got to make it worth my while here.
Or as you would say, but See, I think I like bum.
Oops, sorry, that was a little much. But hey, glad to have you all joining us this morning. Whether you're the few, the proud, the many, it doesn't matter. Just come on by and say hello. If for some reason you're coming on and you can't hear something or you're not seeing anything and you're going like, that's what they look like. I'm just gonna put.
I feel like I should put my fountain up higher. I didn't do this. I slept on my hair, so it just looks like it looks like fuzzballish. Is it good?
Oh, yeah, you're still. Yeah, it's really good because I loved your laugh when I was listening. Well, I can tell by the time we're done today, you're gonna be your spoons are gonna be gone.
My spoons will be gone. If you don't know what the spoon theory is, it's an autoimmune thing where you can look it up. It's basically you have so many. So we say like, well, I have 12 spoons, and then each thing that you do costs a spoon, and so that's what it's
we got it's. Sorry, when things today's going to be one of those days where I think that when something comes up, it's going to remind me of something else. Okay. So before I went to sleep last night, I was just checking my phone and stuff, and a video came up of a comedian that says, "Okay, so tell me." He was talking to somebody in the audience. He said, "Tell me, what is your real name, and how did you?" And she said something like, let's just say Amanda or whatever.
Okay.
He said, okay, so how did Amanda become Kitty? Which brings me right here.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so Kitty.
Is that your real name?
Is that your real name?
Or did you,
I know her.
Or is it
I know her, so is that your real name or your stage name?
Well, I mean,
how did it become that? If you want to participate, you can. Otherwise, you can just put a smiley face or a
or
frown.
nothing. So, but a lot of times, I remember when like in your family, were there any nicknames? Did your parents have a nickname for you?
My parents did not have a nickname for me. No,
Okay.
My friends did. Schlep didn't came from college. So that's
and who created the name?
My friends.
Which one?
Jay. I think Jay did.
Okay. So like for instance, I always wanted to be called Katie, but my name was Shannon.
But your middle name was Kay.
Yes, but you know how like when you get in trouble, like your parents used your middle name when you were in trouble.
Oh, you knew.
It was like you knew you were in trouble because it was Bruce Allen. Mm-hmm. You heard the Allen in there, and Bruce Landon was like, initially he was like, man, I hate that my middle name is always used because it always sounds like I'm in trouble. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not how I use it. We just use your middle name because if I say Bruce, I get two answers. So I just said Bruce Landon, and now he likes the name. I mean, but Justin, I didn't use his middle name. Taylor, I did. I called him Taylor J. Alex never got in trouble, so he never. he never. Dude,
Alex.
I mean, the child never got in trouble. Never in my life. Had the easiest kid in the world. Always followed the rules. Never got in trouble at all, ever. And it was sometimes. I remember Justin one time. He goes, "Alex never gets in trouble, and that's just not fair." And I said, "You want me just to ground him because he's." Because it's not fair that you got grounded all the time.
Yeah, why not?
Look, dude.
Please.
You had a mouth. He didn't. You loved the.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So I hope
funny.
everybody's having a
So funny.
having a good morning. The weather has been rather.
Good morning, Cindy Feltner.
Hey, good morning.
I hope you're enjoying the day. It's going to be hot again today?
I don't know, but I think I offended Kitty.
Why?
Trying to find out why she was.
Oh, you didn't.
I know.
Nobody.
What did you say about? You said weather.
Oh yeah, I said it's going to be hot again today. So yesterday, how
oh
hot
my
was it
gosh.
outside yesterday? It didn't reach 100.
It didn't reach 100. I think it was
But
in
I
the
was
mid-90s.
I was in the travel. So I'm gutting our travel trailer. Okay, so we have this travel trailer that's like really really old. I mean, I don't know how old it is, but anyway,
1991.
is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
Oh wow. Okay, so we got this travel trailer when
Sorry.
his.
2001. I just
Oh,
remember
sorry.
from the
I'm sorry.
name.
Okay.
My bad.
I was gonna say that's really freaking old travel trailer. But
Yeah, we got it pretty early in our life here.
So we had this travel trailer. We bought this travel trailer back after your aunt passed away, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we were building this house, we used it to travel with my parents and all kinds of stuff for a while. Kids loved it. We loved it. It was lots of fun. Giant, long, 29-footer or whatever. And so then we came out here. We moved the house out here, and then we were working on the house, and we didn't have a septic out here yet, but we had water, we had air conditioning, we just couldn't afford the septic and all that kind of stuff. So we ended up living in the travel trailer for a year, even though we have a house downtown, but we lived in the travel trailer so that we could work on the house. And then at night, the kids could either sleep in the travel trailer or they could sleep in the house because there's air conditioning. But if they had to take a shower, go to the restroom, they had to go to the travel trailer. And then he would take the travel trailer once a week and he would go dump it and then bring it back. I mean, it was just crazy that we did this. We would have like campfires outside and everything. It was so much fun. I thought it was so much fun. Kids, we had to pack kids up, shower them and everything, get them to school. It was fun.
It was pretty cool.
And so anyway, this travel trailer then started to disintegrate, started to get a leak in the roof because, he ran into a few trees and,
things
stuff.
happen.
And so anyway, so this travel trailer's been sitting there. And I just decided, I told him, I said, I kind of want to make it into a tiny home. And he was like, no. And I was like, well, it's just sitting there. And like, can I go in there and just, we could do this with it? No. So finally, I just thought, it's just sitting there disintegrating, I'm going to go in there because I'm stressing out with all the stuff we have to do right now because we have 1,000 things on our mind. And I thought, I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to tear that crap up. And we had already taken a lot of the parts out and sold them and, stuff like that. And we used it as storage. But anyway, see, that's what I did yesterday and day before yesterday. It was like 110 in the travel trailer. And I was gutting it, just pulling down walls and just...
She was weird. She turned green.
Into a Hulk. I had so much
She-Hulk.
fun. Dude, so much fun. So now, so the first day I did the center, and the second day I did the end where the bed is, and now today, if I decide to do that again today, it's the bathroom section.
See, we're at the point of no return right now. So.
Yeah, but it looks very cool. So that'll be fun.
Okay, so we got. Hey, good. Thank you for joining us this morning, y'all.
Look, there's Cynthia Roush. So did you see?
Yes, you
I
did.
have your shirt
I tagged her.
and your bracelet on this morning,
And
Miss
the bracelet.
Cynthia. I hope you're doing well. You are such a neat lady. So,
See, we have. Yeah, that's right. See, I was just going to say her too. See, they've lived in an RV a year and a half now.
well, and
That's
the
what they're
thing
living in.
is,
They're-
okay,
they're-
so, and you've got
they're
a
traveling.
son.
They're a traveling minstrel band.
See, okay, so you've got a son, and isn't it fun? Even though it may, you feel like you're bumping into each other a lot and stuff like that, but isn't it fun having that kind of tight thing, especially with your son's young right now, and it's fun. I mean, you get to go outside and have a little bonfire type, little campfire type stuff, and It's fun though, isn't it? I mean, I enjoyed it. I loved it because it was such a great memory for the kids later on. It was like, remember when we did this crazy thing? And so we loved it.
Okay, so also, Kitty is actually, she's playing along this morning. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I asked her about the name, and so she says, so before I was born, I'm going to pass this along since you've already printed it up here. My parents were picking out names. They decided if I was a girl to name me Catherine after my mom. My dad said they could call me Kathy for short, but my mom said that that's way too common. So she said, we'll call her Kitty. And it's like,
see, that's cool.
There you go. And no, oh, now I just, oh no, I'm really not a cat person. LOL. And I get the Gunsmoke comment a lot. And you know that
see, I love that nickname. I think that's fun.
And you would have to get those Gunsmoke comments from folks of a certain age bracket.
No
Youngsters. No
yeah,
youngsters. A little. You'd be really surprised if a teenager came up to you and said, "Oh, is that from the Gunsmoke series?" I'm like, you watch way too much retro TV, I guess.
So let's say, good morning, Hank. Nice to see you. You know, we're late all the time. I was late because I had to take a potty break. He was like, he coming looking for me. I said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm late.
She took a potty break.
So,
I was getting a splinter out of my butt, and it's just we're all. We just had some quality bathroom
We really
time
had
this
some
morning.
interesting conversations this morning.
Let's see. It's Thomas Wright. Thanks for the cool words there. Cynthia Rausch is one of the most amazing human beings on the face of the earth, and one heck of a singer.
She really is.
She really is. We really enjoyed having her here in the studio.
Well, she came that one day with her sister, and their voices are a lot alike, and they blend so well. So it was just, I mean, I got goosebumps with some of the stuff. It was really pretty cool. Beautiful, and the stories that she tells, she's just an amazing lady, and she should write a book. She really should write it. She's one of those. She's one of those that later on needs to have a book turned into a movie sort of story, because she's got such an amazing story and just a really neat lady.
Let's see. She said living in the RV, it's got its pros and cons for sure, but yes, we have enjoyed getting closer as a family, and I'm holding on to the fact that it's not forever.
No, and it won't be forever. I mean, I think that God intends us to go through these different things for reasons, and I know that when we did the camper thing, with the travel trailer, those are some of our best memories, because you had to interact with each other, so you had to be close, and you had to be breathing in the same air as these gorgeous young men. We have 4 boys, and so there were 6 of us in a 29-footer, and these gorgeous, I don't know if you're like me, well, and your son is still young yet, but when they get to the point where they're 19, 20 years old, I remember our son Taylor, he's in the Air Force, and when he had enlisted and, went through his graduation ceremony and all that kind of stuff, we went to the Riverwalk, and I had my 4 6-foot-tall boys walking in front of us, and Bruce and I were walking behind us, and all you saw was the back of their necks, and whatever, and there's big shoulders and stuff walking in front, and I was just like, oh my God, look at them, they're just so precious. And we got to have that time, that craziness. I mean, that's the interesting thing, is that when you get to do those kind of weird off the wall sort of stuff, those are the memories, because that other stuff you don't think about, you don't remember as well, because it's everyday stuff. But when you do something kind of nuts and fun, or life just kind of hands you a little bit of a challenge, sometimes those are the best memories. So
they are. That's very cool.
So God bless you, lady. If you I'm really hoping for a great success for you, and that you will one day have that dream of just everything you want in life, a nice beautiful home and a successful career. That's just awesome. So you're doing great.
Got little Howard Jurgen watching this morning.
Good
Howard,
morning.
good to see you, brother. getting ready for our Zuhause Junge show over at Freiheit in September. Well, I know we're gonna have to be practicing. Feltner already wanted to start practicing in January. So like, oh, come on, guys, let's go. Kevin Sealhammer watching this morning. Thanks very much. Mike Wiley, dude, I'm envious of this guy. He gets to see because he's got this security detail thing that he does at the AT&T Center and stuff like that. Head of security. Gets to see all these big shows. And stuff like that.
I could have seen you doing something like that for a living if you weren't a musician.
Singing from the other side.
Well, no, I mean, just because you love the concerts and you love the music and you love the, all of that sort of stuff. So I could have seen you do that.
So what's the?
But the music has been your passion. So
So Mike, what's the next one coming up? What's the next big one coming up for you? I'm interested to hear what it is. Well, I guess it would have been Styx and Kevin Cronin, formerly of REO Speedwagon. I know they were just in Austin yesterday, I think. Anything coming to San Antonio that you're going to be heading up the security crew for? Interested to hear. Who else is watching? Anybody else watching here? Carla Schumann watching this morning.
Hello, Miss Carla.
Good morning. So here we are. So what do you got? I've got a few. I got a few topics here that I don't know if. And you feel free to jump in at any time. Don't wait for me to do anything.
To be invited.
Just real quick, I just kind of came through the news and I saw that President Trump was wanting to reopen Alcatraz, and those of you that some of you might be like, Alcatraz, isn't that a band? and yes, it is a band from way back, and they're still putting out music today. But that's the prison that's out there on the water on the little island.
Right. So you were. Did you get any more information?
I got a little bit. I got a little bit of information. Here's a couple of things I didn't know.
Okay.
And it was before it became a prison. Mm-hmm. It was a military fortress.
Oh.
Okay. The island got its name after large pelicans that the Spanish Navy that arrived in 1775. They had a word. They call them Alcatraz. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it. Alcatrazes is what the Spanish name for pelicans was.
Okay.
Later, it became a U.S. naval defense thing after the Mexican-American War of 1848. I didn't realize it was that old. U.S. military then used it to hold prisoners. By 1912, it was rebuilt as an official military prison.
Okay, so now that makes a lot of sense as to why he would want to reopen it, because he is taking on the whole. He's any illegal. Oh gosh, well, they call illegal aliens, and I just think that's a weird term. But anyway, people who come over who are criminals, and that he wants to he's been locking a bunch of them up. And so he probably is wanting a really safe place to put it, because we don't have some of the other military prisons anymore.
Yeah, it was used to house the worst of the worst, basically. Kind of, okay.
And very few, I think they only had how many escaped that?
Well, here it's in 1933. The Justice Department made it an official maximum security prison. Because of the conditions, it made it hard for somebody to escape or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it was retrofitted to have one person per cell and one guard on duty for every 3 prisoners. Mm. That's crazy. They had 36 men attempted 14 different escapes over 29 years that the prison was open.
Oh, wow.
And nearly all were caught or died in the attempt.
Okay.
So
were any successful? Did it say?
Well, they made the movie. They have several movies, and the one that I've watched, The Escape from Alcatraz, where they had 3 that they never found them per se, so they don't know whether they.
Oh, that's interesting.
Did they made it or not? Here's the,
so what do you think about it? Do you think it's good that it would be good to
well, here's the
to
thing.
open it?
Here's the
to
thing.
reopen
It said when it closed in 1963,
right,
it would have cost anywhere from to update it.
right,
In 1963, it was anywhere between $3 and $5 million
okay,
to redo it. Now, what they're saying is, if they decide, if it passes or
reuse
whatever,
it, yeah,
they would have to totally
gut it, and start over.
rebuild the whole thing.
Why?
Well, it's because of its condition to be
Because
having to be up to code, to be up to date with the rest of the prison systems now.
Yeah.
It said it would take years and will probably go beyond Trump's term anyways.
Oh, okay.
So, it's basically now it's a tourist attraction.
It is.
So
I mean, I
just-
understand
just-
that. It's just, yeah.
They said they already.
if it costs too much to do it, then that makes no sense.
I mean, they said they
to do.
already have.
But I mean,
several different ones out there.
they've got like these guys who put prisoners in tents out in fields because they don't think.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one man in that one county or something like that?
I think so.
And he was
yes.
like, I'm not giving these prisoners a good place to live. I'm gonna, stick them out in a tent and make,
Yeah.
like the old days. It's
Jeez.
kind of like, okay, look, if they're really, really, really horrible people, they don't need to have life perfect because I mean there are good people who are homeless, and it's like you don't care about them. So.
Yeah, and they said it was just costly over there too. They said everything had to be shipped in because it was on an island. So
Right. Well, for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and there you go. That's so probably of all the things that you want to try to get past, stuff like that. I would put that, me personally, I would put that at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it costs too much to redo
Yeah,
it and
so,
it has to be redone, I mean, I guess I'm one of these people who would just kind of
Yeah.
make it work
So,
as it is.
For those of you that are really serious
you know.
about your prison systems and you're just like, I gotta open that place up, sign a petition, just like everything
Yeah.
else. And talk about signing a petition. And
The
this
CBD
kind of
thing.
affects you a little bit
Yeah.
in regards to the THC and the CBD stuff, and I'm not really sure where we stand on that particular bill, the SB3, banning all THC stuff like that. I don't know that you Google it, so much stuff pops up. I don't know what to believe and what not to believe. And where to specifically go to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Right.
Has it passed? Is it amended?
Okay,
Or
so
what is the
it
deal?
has passed all of the different, all the different things, but now it's on the governor's desk. Now the governor can sign it into law, or he can veto it, I think. And so I think you were talking about there's a petition now that they're signing a petition, and I don't know, I don't remember exactly how that works, but I thought that like if you signed a petition, got enough signatures, it goes into a vote by the people, but I could be wrong. And so anyway, so the CBD with the THC it's a farm bill thing that allows it, and so now they're trying to take the THC out and completely ban it. I use it because I have nerve pain from fibromyalgia, and when I sleep, it's really hard for me to sleep because of the nerve pain. And so it works great for nerve pain, and it works great for helping you to go to sleep. But I use the vape version, which is not really healthy, I don't think. It works great, but it's not really healthy for your lungs. And so, I'm iffy on that one. But anyway, I understand why they're trying to ban it, but I also understand why some people don't want it banned, because I am one that there is no medicine out there that does what it does. And so, everything else has like crazy side effects. And so I can't take those things anymore. And so anyway,
So if anybody know, I see Valeda says veto.
Veto, I know. So she's been talking about it too, and because I think she knows some people, that use it for the same thing, for autoimmune issues. And the thing that a lot of people don't realize is that nerve pain, which is there's a lot of diabetics who have nerve pain too, but nerve pain, Tylenol and ibuprofen don't work on nerve pain. It's a different it's
animal.
It's a totally different animal. So it's really hard to find things that work on nerve pain, and a lot of the things that are on the market for nerve pain cause dementia later on in life. And so you have to really be careful what you are able to take. So anyway,
got the lady Rebecca Oldmixon watching this morning.
Miss Rebecca, how are you today?
Paul Renee. Renee Hernandez. That's what he goes. He go by Renee on the vault there.
Good morning. Stay cool and hydrated.
Mm-hmm. Says loving the shirt schlep. Yes, sir. Right. Oops, sorry, wrong way. The Godfather and the Godson. Yes, sir. There we go. Custom designed by yours truly here, and appreciate that. Yeah, the all request hours tonight, Renee. So if you want to request something, you know what to do.
So, like yesterday when I was working in the trailer and he was working outside on some cages and stuff, we were like super hydrating ourselves. I swear, I think I had 10. I had this tumbler filled 10 times. I swear, if not more than that.
Combinations of.
Oh, I was just sweating so much. It was just ridiculous.
And by the way, I was very successful with that cage. It was really pretty cool. She fits in really nicely, smooth, and I did put a pole in the inside there, so whenever she wants to get right in there, she would be.
You're so funny. Okay, so Trump is doing a travel ban thing, which I think is interesting. So he's closing
a travel ban.
Yeah, ban.
Oh, ban.
Come on, work with me, babe. So,
sorry. What a dork,
You're
right?
a dork. So yeah. For safety reasons, he's making it impossible to he's banning a bunch of different countries from traveling here for safety reasons. And I think, well, that's interesting, but I sure hope that any Americans get to come back because
for their safety.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a weird thing. And then the other thing is he's looking into Biden's mental health. He thinks that Biden's mental health was not good, and so there was a lot of other people on, just below Biden's, rank that were doing a lot of things without his knowledge or his that he was just basically a puppet, and which I kind of feel like we all know that, but Trump is like calling him out on it, and he's like, all right, well, I want to find out. And so Biden's having to step up and say something about it. And, that's really sad. Biden right now is going through cancer.
I know. He's got his own issues. Just let the man be.
Let's not just stop.
He's done.
It's done. It's over with. Let's just move forward now, please.
Let Biden live his life out, man. So just.
Yeah, exactly. That man, he's a sweet man. He's had a lot of crap happen to him in his life. Let's just let him retire in peace, please.
Mark Brazel on board this morning. Mark, how are you doing, sir? Good to see your name come across the desk here.
Hey, you call out people that probably don't want to be called out.
Well, he's a he's a musician. He doesn't he doesn't care. He likes
yes, but you should wait till they say good morning and then call them out on their stuff.
Oh.
So, okay. So our son got sick with a virus, like 14 days ago or so.
Almost,
and,
yes. Mm-hmm.
And he had the virus for 10 days and like no improvement for like 9 days or for 8 days, like no improvement at all. Was like just in bed, couldn't function, couldn't stand up for a long period of time, scared us to death. And went to the hospital, ER, and all that stuff.
Went to the med clinic first.
Went to the med clinic first, and then several days later, because there was still no improvement, went to the ER. And so then we were talking about some of this stuff, because when I went to the ER a while back ago, there's a lot of things people don't know when you go into the ER that we were like, people need to realize that they can ask questions and they can say, well, hang on a second. I don't know if I want that x-ray. Why do I have to have that x-ray? Is there a cheaper x-ray that will give you the same information, etc.? Okay, so Alex went in first to the med clinic and they gave him cough medicine, even though he didn't have a cough, so that he could sleep. Now, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what this cough medicine is. It's like really, like almost narcotic cough medicine.
Like a step up from NyQuil.
Dude, seriously. And he's not used to that kind of stuff at all. I mean, he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he didn't do nothing. And so that stuff, I swear, put him under the table. He got dehydrated. He finally improved after they gave him antibiotics, which makes me think that he had like either strep or I'm also thinking he could have had like mono or something. But anyway, so this took a really long time. But it was all about the money when he went to the hospital. So when he went to the hospital, they printed out all of this different stuff about insurance stuff to find out what his deductibles, what they'll cover, and all this kind of stuff. They did like 2 x-rays. One of them is a CT, which I don't think he needed a CT. Anyway, so his bill, which they instantly sent somebody in to try to get money out of him, his bill was like $2,500.
It was like $2,200, and we were there for like 5 hours.
Yeah,
we're like 4 hours too long.
And so, so when you go, if you end up having to go to the emergency room for whatever, because when I went in, they did 2 x-rays on me too, and it was like, what's with the x-rays? Why are we just x-raying everybody? Instead of, and with mine, they did one with contrast. And so then I had like over $800 to pay for my bill. So when you go into the emergency room, ask a lot of questions. They didn't even give us all of the information that we needed from his test results and stuff, which, you need a printout of all of that stuff. Plus also you need to make sure to ask questions and say, do I really need that x-ray? Do I really need it to be a CT? Can you just, do we really need this? Because they're in this money thing. They need to pay their bills. You don't see a doctor. You see a nurse practitioner or a physician's assistant. And then they're just, trying to figure out how many things they can do to get some money out of it. So just be really careful, ask questions, and don't feel that you have to let them do all of these things, even though they don't really ask you. They just go.
Yeah, I mean, they came in and said, yeah, we got to go ahead and take him in for a CT. I'm kind of going like, well, is there something else wrong that you're not telling me or whatever like that?
Right.
It was just like
a CT. You know how much radiation is in a CT when they could have just done a regular x-ray that would have been a whole lot safer? So anyway, it aggravated us, and it was kind of like, people need to know when they get into the hospital. They just assume, we have to do everything that that is said. And it used to be that you couldn't even ask how much was going to cost you. But he said now you can ask that. So anyway, if you have to go in, ask questions, ask them why you have to have this and this and this done, and say no if you don't want to be handed a $2,500 bill before you leave the place.
Yeah.
So anyway,
so.
And and we're living in New Braunfels, so that's what happened here. But I'm assuming that's happening every place else too, because they want their money up front and everything, and it's kind of like, dude, are you kidding me? So anyway,
yeah. So it's
my 2 cents.
No, I totally agree. Totally agree there. So we try, like everyone else, we try not to get sick. Especially when you get sick to the point where you don't know what's going on and you think you have to make a visit to the ER. Like I do not.
Well, and
go.
Yeah. So anyway,
it's crazy.
So that was our experience, and it was just kind of like, man, people need to know that they don't have to put up with this, because that poor kid, he's just I guess a couple of days ago, finally started to finally feel good.
Feel
and
good.
so yeah, so he's got his follow up today, and all is good. But man, that freaked us out, scared us to death having a
did.
kid sick for that length
It
of
did.
time.
Let's see. Carol's watching this morning. Carol, good morning.
Good morning.
Manny Santos watching this morning. Manny Santos, he'll appreciate this shirt right here. I know he will. And if you get a chance to listen on Wednesday nights on our sister station, the Rock Vault, Manny is the host of Manny's Texas Metal and Rock and Roll Show.
You were just talking about that.
I was, and it's basically what it says. It features.
He was saying it's a really great show, so
It is.
that's really neat.
It features Texas hard rock and metal artists from around this big state of what we live in here.
Yeah.
So Wednesday nights, 8:00 on the Rock Vault. Thanks, Manny, for including us in your endeavors. Of course, I had to reach out and strangle you and ask you, "Come on, let me do it for you." I forgot. We forgot to mention. Did you mention Hank Strickland was on a while ago? See, I think it.
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I did. I said.
I usually always call him out, but
He
I missed
said he
it.
was a little late, but we were a little late too, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a
You know what we did? I'm sorry. You know what we did forget?
what?
It's
Oh, the mushroom.
yes.
You want me to go get it? I'll get the one from outside too.
No, just get. Well, you can if you want to. I mean, you get the one from the kitchen. I mean, I can go get it, and you can.
No, I
get
can
it.
go
It's
get it.
just
I can go get it.
I have to like use some kind of a pick and axe to try to climb over everything here. It's just watch your step. Now, see, I am really not that demanding here at the house where I force somebody to go do something here but I just, it's hard for me to get out of my capsule right here. And so there you go. Weather, I mean, how's your weather? I'll wait until she comes back here with the old mushrooms here, but yeah, the humidity has just been off the charts out there. I saw it was, like 80%. It's like you walk outside for a while and it's great to be outside. The weather is really nice, and I'm looking out the studio window here, and I could see where it looks like it just wants to, like rain is coming. And I get my alerts on my phone that says, it's chances of, when you get the ones I've had the past couple of days, rain possibilities in your area, but Wednesday between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. and go, like, you got an hour window right there. How much rain are you going to get when you don't see anything even coming? And okay, so people talk about the dome here in New Braunfels, the weather dome. When you check your radar, you see all the colors coming towards the city, and it's like it parts around New Braunfels and then moves on its way. It actually really, from what I've gathered throughout the years here and recently, it doesn't really part. Okay. It's because the weather radar thing is here in New Braunfels, and it kind of affects the way that the radar looks when you're looking at it. So you can look into that, and if you want to go any further with it, but so the dome is really not a dome. Now sometimes you'll look outside there and see the clouds. All of a sudden it's going like, well, where's the rain? We had 100% chance, and now it's 0.
I didn't know if you needed that or not, but
No, I really didn't need it. I was just kind of yakking about nothing here while you were gone.
while I was out trying to find
That's
mushrooms.
for me. It's like no different than any other day here at the house. Oh, whoa! That was close.
Charlie horse
Almost.
in the back of the thigh.
Why? Oh my God! And if you
See, I've only had a thigh Charlie horse that one time, and I can't remember where it was, but
if it had
that
been,
was the worst Charlie horse I've
oh my
ever
gosh!
had.
If it had been full blown, honey, I probably would have knocked you over, trying to get out of the way.
Well, yeah, my foot was asleep while I was walking. I was like, we're like kind of cramped. So
my legs
so
are
he
asleep.
so the other day we're out in the chicken yard, and I see these little tiny, like about this big little mushrooms on
About the size of a 50-cent piece, maybe.
no, like
Quarter.
Yeah.
The size of a
And
quarter.
so, like, not even the size of a quarter, like closer to like the size of a nickel. I mean, they were just really tiny. And so I saw them there, and I thought, I was hosing down my head because I was taking apart the trailer, and I'd gotten really overheated. And so I saw it there, and I went ahead and watered it. So the next morning, he brings this.
Okay.
He brings this into the kitchen, and so put it up to the thing. Look how huge that is. And so he looks it up because he wants to see if it's edible, and it's not. It's toxic. It's a poisonous mushroom. So, yeah, just don't. Really seriously.
Oh,
So
did you notice it when it's darker now?
it got darker now. Yeah.
Here's the
So
backside there.
it was Snow White the first time you did it. So the other one, so there was 2 of them where I had watered it. And so the other one, I went out there just now.
Oh my gosh! Now I thought this one was pretty good size here.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you got it from the stump. Oh, dirt everywhere.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's right here.
Well, yeah, but you have to show how much bigger the one that was still in the ground got.
Here, oh, sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna
Making a mess on the floor. Oh, good.
I had nowhere else to put it. So
Okay.
look at that.
So.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh!
look at how much bigger the other one got, and it got curly.
It is
So
like
it's just tilted this way now. Look, it's all curly.
that is the weirdest
Isn't
thing.
that huge?
I've
dude?
never seen. That's what she said. I have never seen a mushroom. Gosh, get dirt in my
Isn't
equipment
that
here.
crazy?
This
That's
is nuts.
huge.
Let's
But
get a
yeah,
little- until we
so
get a little
he
closer.
looked it
Go to the
up,
top here.
and it's called, what is it called?
So,
Like
parasol
mushroom?
Parasol mushroom. There's
There's an edible, and then there's a
false
parasol mushroom.
which-
and so
which
this
are
is the
these here?
false one. So and you can tell, you can definitely tell the difference on the pictures and stuff. So anyway, yeah. So this is let's let me see that.
That is so.
Isn't that crazy? So you're
weird.
probably, if you live in New Braunfels and you've seen all the rain and stuff, you probably, I was looking at the stem and stuff, you probably are seeing some of these mushrooms. That is like heavy and
Yeah.
oh,
Now the ones that we were talking about that were some of those are edible were like the puff mushroom.
See, and I need to look because I know we had last year. I found those puffball ones out in the front
Yes.
where all the brush is, and so I need to go in there and see because you would assume that if they've grown now, I think those were the edible ones, and if they've grown now and they're out there, then we would have edible mushrooms.
Yeah, and those are the I think, I'm not for sure, but they look like those are the most common, like the ones you get in the store and stuff like that. The puff type, the ball type of ones.
No, they're a ball. They're literally a ball.
Ah, I got you.
It's like a round. They don't even have a stem.
And they can
or
get
anything. They're weird.
get to the size of basketballs.
Yes, yeah.
That's
Isn't that crazy?
That's large.
I don't like mushrooms that much.
No, that's
Eat one that's
yeah.
the size of
That's a family order right there.
Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do a we won't do the the version, like, we won't do the cards, but we'll do questions.
Okay.
So
It's kind of a fun thing because it keeps me on my toes, and actually sometimes I think I know everything about her, or about our life that we've done over the 36 years that we've been married. But because when I can sleep every day at any time. Narcolepsy just strikes me whenever, and between that time I'll forget.
Or what is it's narcolepsy, or the male version of
Selective hearing. No, sorry.
where they look at you, but then all of a sudden you think they're listening to you, but all of a sudden you realize you can go like this and there's nothing going on.
Yeah. And
which I talk a lot, so that happens to him a lot. All of a sudden he's totally zoned out, and I just start going, I need to shut up now. But okay, so let's do it this way. pick a number between 1 and 7. No, stop. You gotta pick a number between 1 and 7.
Say it out loud.
Yes.
Okay. 5.
5. Okay. Question number 5. Weirdest habit.
Weirdest habit.
Should you call out yours or should you call out mine and I call out yours? Because I have one for you. What is my weirdest habit?
Your weirdest habit.
What do you see as being as my weirdest habit?
Weirdest habit. Is it something that could it be? I mean, for a lifelong habit, or is it just a whatever?
No, just whatever. Whatever pops into your mind.
Ooh, a feather. Ooh, a feather.
Oh, that is totally right. Totally right.
Maybe not the one that you had in mind. But,
no, for me that's definitely. Okay,
so those of you that don't, we have lots of we have
I would
chickens
definitely say my weirdest habit is my junk journal collecting. It's the weird crap that I collect. It's like all of a sudden, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm rinsing off this wrapper to a stick of butter. That's in my junk journal. That's weird for me. That is weird.
Okay.
That's weird. Okay. So,
look here.
For you,
sorry,
what is your...
Marcy Grace watching this morning.
Good morning, Miss Marcy Grace. How are you? Such a great lady.
Great lady, great singer.
Talented lady.
You'll want to check her at her residency over at Sam's Burger Joint in San Antonio when you get a chance. She plays some good stuff there. She plays some great music, and glad to have her music here on the station.
Okay, so your weirdest habit. So... I would have to say your obsession with messing with your toes is your weirdest habit. What do you think of when you think of your weirdest habit?
Actually, I don't think of anything that I do as a habit. I think it's not annoying. I think it's really pretty cool stuff. No.
Anyone on here have a weird habit?
No.
Anybody listening have a weird habit they want to share with us?
That is actually, I do it.
Your toes,
I do it
man.
unintentionally.
And then he wants to like put his hand on my face to give me a kiss, and I'm like,
Don't.
Your hands were picking your toes.
Here, I've got boiling water. Stick your hands in here.
God, I am sorry, but see, I'm not a foot person. I don't like feet. I mean, I love feet, but I don't like feet are nasty. Feet are dirty. Feet are stinky. Feet are gross. Get gross. His feet really freaking get gross because we have chickens. And so when he, it's like, he doesn't like, it's just gross. Like, he touches and I go, stop touching your feet.
She thinks I take the fastest showers. I don't. My showers.
Nobody can clean themselves that fast.
They can. I mean, look how fast you can go through a car wash. You can go through a car wash in about 2 or 3 minutes with all those brushes, and I got that scrubby in there, and I just short of.
And all that car wash does is it cleans ish.
No, there's always a little bit of something left over.
You don't have no pressure washer in your shower cleaning things off. You're like, no. You can go take a shower, and 3 minutes later, you're in the kitchen. I'm like, how the hell did you clean that fast? I am in there for 10 minutes at least because every little nook and cranny has to be scrubbed. Well, and I have a cat that comes in to join me.
Yeah, so it's like,
okay, so.
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to show me your sock.
Did anybody share a weird habit?
A weird habit? No, nobody wants to. Nobody wants to embarrass
Nobody
themselves.
wants to play along today. That's okay. Okay, pick another number.
Okay, 2.
2. If your partner was a wild animal, what would they be? If I was a wild animal, what would I be? I'm
thinking of you. You can Well, I'm thinking. I mean, you can go to.
And
your,
y'all feel free to share along if you were a wild animal or your wife was a wild animal
Or husband was a
or
wild
whatever, or her husband. You feel free to share along. If it's anybody. So if do you have anything?
No, I don't. I'm trying. You know, based on what you.
Based on my personality?
Based on your personality, I mean, it could be a.
What do you have? Nothing?
I have nothing. You know, I could.
So mine for
don't.
you, I would say one would be a giraffe. Only because.
Okay.
Only because, you know, super tall. Whatever.
Getting my head.
But then I'm thinking, did giraffes lean forward when they walk?
They might. Yeah, their neck is. Their neck is always forward.
You would have to be some animal that is continually hyper doing stuff and walks forward. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what is a wild animal that does that? I can't think of one.
I could.
For me, I would picture me at times. I want to be a sloth. At times,
You'd like to be a sloth.
At times, but not all the time, because like I really love to just
How about
be creative and
how
stuff.
How about a hawk
A hawk?
for you? It's just one that comes to mind because I see a hawk flying over things, going like, ooh, a coffee cup. Look at that right there.
No, that would be.
I see a feather.
That would be a. Isn't that like? Aren't crows the ones that steal
I was
kinds of stuff and put them in their trees?
I was going to say crow,
Raccoon.
but a crow would be more. I sounds more insulting.
So, like, if
than
it was
really
a
anything else.
bird, if it was a bird, so there's a pelican at this one place in China, and there's videos of this pelican. They're continually having to take stuff out of its mouth, and so one time we were there, and it was taking a dove out of its. You know, she's like holding the pelican, like
my gosh.
opening the mouth and digging out this dove, and then she lets the dove loose. The other day, it was a duckling. She was like, grabs the pelican, and she's like, run. She's like, pulls the duckling out, and I'm like,
Oh my god, that's crazy.
So a hoarding pelican, it eats ducklings.
So,
But,
okay,
mine
so
would have
giraffe-
to be something that collects crap
Yeah.
and stashes it, like nuts.
Well, I could see. I could see the giraffe thing.
Chipmunk.
I could picture my wife sitting on the porch,
A giraffe makes sense.
and I'm outside, walking from one point of the property to the other, and she, you know, like somebody would be walking. You see somebody walking like this here,
No. People walk like this.
like that,
You walk like this.
where my upper body reaches its destination.
Way before the
way
lower
before the other-
body.
way before the other one does.
Right. Okay.
Hey,
so
we've done good on time this morning. We've hit right at about an hour. Did you want to ask?
Do a chicken of the week.
We can do a chicken of the week, or you can ask another question, and we can just
Okay, we'll pick another
skedaddle.
number.
Let's do.
I'll get a chicken of the week, but
Okay.
pick another number.
Let's do number 6.
Number 6. One food for the rest of your life. What would it be?
One food for the rest of my life.
You can only have one food for the rest of your life. What would it be? And guys, feel free to play along if you want to tell us what your one food would be for the rest of your life. Go ahead.
That would be hard to say. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with. Could it be a combination? Or one thing?
No, like it. You know, you could be like a burger. Oh, you mean like burger and fries?
Well, I guess.
I don't know. It has to be. Well, I don't know. Whatever you want.
I'd say.
Bean and cheese tacos for Marcy Grace. That's
Bean
good.
and cheese tacos.
I like that one.
That would be.
Rebecca, popcorn. Yep, I have popcorn every day. Every day.
Golly, what I could say. Shrimp and cheese.
Oh, she said or brisket.
Or
See, you like brisket too.
I'll,
See, mine would eat. You know,
I'm hungry now.
The first thing that popped into my head was pizza. But then I was like,
Oh,
man, I'd have
uh,
indigestion
oh, yeah, you
all the
would.
time.
I
But I kind of am leaning towards pizza.
okay. I'm gonna go with. God, oh, that just made my mouth water. A brisket. Thanks, Marcy. Appreciate that. Marcy's
I'm a
gonna be
carb
sending.
girl,
She's
though.
gonna be sending us a gift card for some barbecue party.
I'm a carb girl though, so I would love a baked potato, or
Well,
anything potato, or
golly, it's all
anything
good.
bread.
Yeah, brisket. I'm a barbecue person. I love.
You're a noodle person though too.
I'm a noodle person too. So if I had briskets and macaroni and cheese, that would
Yeah.
be that would be good.
Marcy's like,
My bad,
my bad.
my bad.
Yeah, now he's gonna be like, honey, can we get some barbecue for lunch?
No, a barbecue sandwich, brisket sandwich. It's just
So, and if you've never gone to Granzine's here in New Braunfels, Granzine's Meat Market, and gotten their marinated anything, we get their marinated chicken breast.
that you can fix yourself.
Oh my
Oh, my
god!
gosh.
Or marinated chicken quarters or something. You throw those on the grill or something. Oh my gosh!
And they're marinated chicken breasts.
Are
They're
ginormous.
ginormous. I told Shannon the other day. I said I would not even want to be caught dead in an alley with the chicken that came from.
Yes, but see, you know what that tells me? That tells me that place, wherever they get their chickens from, those chickens get to live a good life.
They're like VIP chickens.
those chickens are giant, big-breasted ladies. So they're healthy. Where you go to like Walmart or something, and they're like little
Is that
tiny thing.
Is that water leaking out from that thing?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Marcy says that's my favorite place. Granzine's marinated anything at Granzine's seems to be garlic sausage. Oh my gosh. You're gonna have to go to Granzine's today and throw some stuff on the pit. After all of this talk, you're gonna need to go to Granzine's and throw some stuff on the pit today.
And then Tommy Jean has to come in and put a kink.
Medium rare filet mignon.
Put a kink in the mix here right now, making me want to change my mind.
That is so. Or like a ribeye.
Oh god, yeah. I am. So if I could have said steak and just left it
Parmesan crusted
chicken
chicken
breast.
from either Weisach or what is that steak place over by Target?
Longhorn.
Yeah, Longhorn Grill or whatever.
Longhorn Steakhouse.
Yeah. All right, now we're hungry.
What was that now?
Now we're hungry.
Ratatouille.
Now we're hungry.
Now we're hungry.
All right, one more question, and then I'll get chicken of the week.
Okay.
Pick one. You've already done 6, 2, and 5, so pick one more.
Let's do 4.
4. What can I do that will always cheer you up? Or what can you do that will always cheer me up?
What could you do that always cheers me up?
Yes.
Something to just make me laugh or whatever? Or just...
I don't know. What if you're having a rough day, what do I do that can cheer you up?
You
Get naked?
You speak...
That'd make you laugh. Which would cheer you up?
well, listen.
It actually probably make you feel uncomfortable. You'd be like, okay, honey.
Hearing you fart from the other side of the house.
There you go.
That makes me laugh.
My husband is so entertained.
And see,
by
here's I so
passing gas.
easily amused. And here's the part that it really gets me is that she is. This thing is falling down here. Falling down now. She is so. She just can't. The guilt of doing that. She can do one, and I didn't even hear it. And she says, "Oop, excuse me." Going like, "What?
What? I didn't hear it."
I didn't hear it.
And he goes, "Darn it!
Darn it, I missed it." They make me laugh, especially when she has more. They're more ambiance to them. Where she can change the tone. If you squeeze just a little tighter, you can have more of a on it or whatever.
So I guess that's our answer. We make each other laugh. Somehow
we can make each other laugh.
He usually
somehow.
just does something just really
I'm known.
stupid.
I am known for just popping out the most random comments at any time. Not inappropriate, but just it could be during something, and I'll just bust. My mouth will run, and there we go.
So we like to sit outside on our chairs. He's fallen through two of the old. So we have 4 chairs. He's fallen through 2 of them that I have to repair now. He still has the other 2 to fall through.
And the one I'm in right now looks a little.
And I covered the
rough to
cushions
wear.
badly. I made like a giant pillowcase and just like, just whatever. Cover, just whatever. Anyway, but they're comfortable. So we go out there and we have like our beer or our wine and our, frozen mug thingy or whatever. Sometimes we'll smoke a one of those mini cigars and we'll watch the sunset and talk. And that is probably the best time of our evenings.
Yes.
That's the fun stuff.
That is. So what was? Did we answer the question?
Did we answer the question? What to do to cheer you up?
Cheer you up. What
I think
is it? Just to try to make us laugh?
Well, yeah, for me, I think that's kind of what you do. If I'm having a really rough day or something, you just kind of sit and hang out with me, and then I usually feel better.
Yeah.
You don't even have to make me laugh. You have like
I know
dog hair or something on
I have to put it this way so it doesn't look like that in the screen.
Look.
No, it's lint.
It looks like dog hair.
No, it's lint. It's lint for Easter.
Okay, I'll go get chicken.
All right.
I'm gonna go get the naked neck.
Get a chicken here real quick. And right while she's doing that, I'm going to talk about just real quick our Netflix pick that we're watching.
Well, that one was on Amazon.
Oh, it's on Amazon. Oh, Amazon. Well, it doesn't matter. Amazon Prime. We're watching something now. It's from 2025. It's called Department Q. All right. And it's just basically about a brash but brilliant cop leads an unlikely team of misfits in solving cold cases. Okay. It's from a different country, Edinburgh. Okay. It's 1 season, and it started. It just premiered. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So Netflix, or if you have a great Netflix movie or something that you're binge watching right now, I'm just trying to fill some time here real quick while she brings the chicken of the week in. Just let us know. Oh, is that our naked neck?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So here we are.
Okay. So, couple of things.
You'll have to get your. All right.
Okay, so a couple of things I wanted to talk about just for fun. Well, not necessarily fun, but okay. So we have quite a few birds, and they're all very different. All the personalities are different. I was watching Sebastian this morning. Normally, a rooster will, if you feed them treats or something, the rooster will call the hens, and he will stand and let the hens have the pick of the treat, and they'll pick a few things up themselves, just a few here and there, and they're really good at watching, protecting, and then they let their girls eat, and they stand aside, and they usually don't, sometimes they don't even eat the treat. They just let the girls have all of it, unless you're Sebastian. Now, Sebastian is a giant baby blue rooster that was mean for quite a while, and then finally he did okay, and he's kind of my buddy, and so he's kind of spoiled rotten. But then he was a bachelor for quite a while, and so now he has 5 hens, and the rooster that was over these 5 hens was a little tiny dude, and he died of a heart attack a couple of months ago, or about a month ago. So Sebastian has taken on the job of these girls. So I throw oatmeal out for them. They come to the window, the kitchen window, and I throw oatmeal out to them. And Sebastian eats the oatmeal, and if the girls come in too close and eat too many, he attacks them. he pecks their face. And I'm like, Sebastian, that's not very that's not very polite. You're supposed to be
Not very rooster-like.
you're supposed to be a rooster.
Yeah.
And he's like, give us treats. Okay, I want all the treats, and you ladies need to go the hell away.
Yeah. You
Anyway.
take what's left.
So yesterday, I lost our very first rooster we ever had. And he's a little boy who his the lady that bred him accidentally. She was breeding showbirds, and the show rooster, got into a cage where the show hen was, and they were not the same breed, and so he bred her, and there was an oopsie baby, and so she hatched all these babies, and one of them was the wrong color. And she was like, "Whoa, crud!" And so she kind of let it grow out a little bit, but then she asked anybody if they wanted him. And so Bruce and I hadn't had any roosters yet, and he was really cute, and I thought he was a neat-looking rooster. And so we went ahead and decided to take him. And so we met them at the feed store where Bruce backed into something with my truck.
Oh, that was that day.
That was that day. And we got Marshmallow from this really young girl that was breeding for school. What is the school stuff? Ag.
The 4-H and stuff. Ag, yeah.
So anyway, and she has gorgeous birds. So anyway, he's this beautiful little bump tail rooster named Marshmallow. And he passed away yesterday. But what's really interesting is he had throat cancer. And so I had been monitoring him. I had been bringing him in and cleaning the stuff out of his throat and spraying the throat and stuff like that. But it got to the point where the throat cancer totally closed up his throat, and he wasn't able to eat. So I went out there, and when I opened the door to check for eggs under the hen that is with him, he came around the corner and practically jumped into my arms. And I was like, dude, what's going on? And he's normally not the social type.
No.
And so I took him in my arms, and he didn't weigh very much. And I was like, what's going on? And so I brought him inside, and I opened his mouth because I thought, well, maybe he just needs me to do something, which they'll do. They'll come to me if they need help with something. And so I cleaned out his throat, and then I realized it was completely closed up. And so he just wanted to die.
Yeah.
And he was needing me to help him die. But I won't call my birds. So I put him in a laundry basket, and I wrapped him up and set him there.
Yeah.
And it took him
maybe 2 days max.
No, it wasn't
that.
even full 24 hours
No.
to pass away. And so these birds are really interesting. So they let you know when they're not feeling well. So the hen I'm going to show you right now is a naked neck. And yesterday she was acting really strange. And you get to the point where you can kind of see when they're acting just a little off. And so she was standing a little weird, and I couldn't understand why she was standing weird. And so I just went ahead and I took her, and I thought, just in case she's overheated, I'll bring her inside. I put her in a kennel, and so I had her inside. And I just went to get her a few minutes ago, and she had an egg that was shellless that had broken inside her. And that is why she was acting weird.
Okay,
I don't have her wings pinned. Hang on. So she's not used to being held.
She is
so
not.
She's fighting me. So anyway, so her whole reason for kind of standing weird was because she had an egg break inside her.
Wow.
And so she had to get rid of that egg
Oh my
because it hurts them. And so when I went in there, she's got egg crap all over her all over the inside of her kennel.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So anyway, she's really cute. She does
She's
not
like,
like to
"Let
be
go of
held.
me."
She fights me more than any of the birds I've ever. Okay.
Okay.
So tell them hi.
Say hello.
Show them hi. Stop.
Say, oh my gosh. She's okay. There you go. So who is that now? I see myself.
Look at you.
All right. Look at there. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. That is amazing.
Isn't that interesting? So it's so funny. They, when they don't feel good, they let you. When they don't feel good, they let you pick them up, and then when they feel better, they go
Let me alone.
Let
Yeah.
me go. But see, if I don't pin her wings, then it's just. So she's a black, and she's got crap all over her backside because of the egg. But she's a black satin naked neck. So she's got that little puff on her head. That's the silky genetics in her. She's got a silky comb. So her comb is the shape of a silky. She is a naked neck, which was bred in Transylvania. They bred them because they wanted them to have less feathers. So when they processed them, that they wouldn't have to do as much feathering, whatever. And so she is, she's a bantam. So she's a smaller chicken, but not tiny like the one you saw last week. And she has what you call a bow tie. Can you hold up her neck and show her bow tie, or push her head up? Okay, see the puff under her neck? That's considered the bow tie right there. There you go. And so we love naked necks. They're really weird looking birds. They're really strange looking birds.
My mama
but
done told
me.
Bring
Yes, they're
something
kind
for
of fun. They
dinner.
remind you of a vulture. And so our first naked neck we had, we called him Keela for the Looney Tunes. Keela, when he went out on.
Something for dinner.
Anyway, so she's a really pretty little thing.
We love our birds. We're not hatching any more birds here anymore.
Actually,
just in case.
So Marshmallow's hen is laying eggs.
Was she sitting on them this morning when you went out?
I'm just gonna see if she keeps laying. Then I don't know if he bred her this last month because he's been sick.
Yeah.
So if he did and she's fertile, and then I kind of want her to have Marshmallow's babies.
Yeah.
I don't want any more babies.
It's like a soap opera.
But Marshmallow's gone, and she's spam risk is calling. Anyway, so beautiful little creatures. Yeah. She's a little calmer. She every once in a while she flaps her wing like, stop it. But yeah, so she had, and a lot of people call them lash eggs, but it's just like when their calcium level is low, sometimes they'll have an egg that doesn't have enough calcium, and they break inside, and it can cause them to have an infection inside. So they can get very, very sick when an egg breaks inside them. But I was so glad that was that came out, and now I know she's going to be okay. So we'll have to keep an eye on her just to make sure. But
what a great positive way to end the show today. You had a bird that was under the weather, and now you know why.
Now we know why.
Now we're good. So
that makes you feel better.
So y'all have a wonderful weekend. Go out and catch some live music.
And thanks for sharing your morning with us.
Yes, we appreciate that. That's what makes this so much fun. I want to thank our sponsors.
We didn't do our sponsors.
That's all right. We got the Faust Brewing Company here in New Braunfels. We have Kamal Tex Insurance, and of course Hill Country Customs Towing and Collision.
You also have this month. You've got
this month we have the
support from
the Saltgrass Steakhouse, and
Gennaro's
Trattoria.
in Lake.
Yes.
So if you've never been to either of those places, we went to Saltgrass close to Austin one time with Taylor, right? Is that what that was? That barbecue place?
No, that was.
So we've never been to Saltgrass.
That was Salt Lick.
That was Salt Lick. Okay, so we've never been to Saltgrass, so we're looking forward to that. But we have been to Gennaro's Trattoria, and they really like you to dress nice there.
Yes.
It's a very elegant sort of place, great for a date night. The food is a little more expensive, but totally worth it.
Worth every bit.
So really, really, really great place. And like excellent food. So anyway, and if you decide to go to one of those places, please tell them that we sent you there.
Yes, please do. And make sure whenever you do that for somebody, let me just give a little helpful hint. If you want to make an impact when you recommend somebody, please ask for a manager. Okay, you're not being a Karen. Okay, just ask for.
Why would you ask for a manager?
Because when you tell someone that it's like waiting tables and stuff like that,
that's a lot of work.
it'll never reach who it needs to reach to let them know.
Okay.
I'm just it's just a recommendation. That's all it is. Okay. So we appreciate you coming and recommending Texas 46 Radio to your friends.
You're such a weird.
I'm such a weird idiot. All right, you guys have a great one. We've been on long enough this morning, but it's been a fun show. When it goes,
Well, we were a little late, so we're actually not that far over.
so we're good. Any final words for today for our listeners?
No,
Okay.
just have a great. School is out. School's
out for summer.
Summer. So have a great summer.
I like it. And tell Richard Alvarez he'll need to go ahead and watch from the beginning and have a fun night. See you later, brother. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Be sure to tune in next week for another exciting story.
See you guys later. Bye. Oh, find the right mouse here. See ya. All right. Ending that video, and you